Whenever I receive a random act of kindness, it always just feels really nice. I like to connect with people, and so it kind of like helps breed that connection for me.
You know, I've had a lot of instances of somebody just, giving me a little bit of grace or a little bit of kindness that make life so much easier. And something I talk about a lot with my son is doing things like that. You are what you do when nobody's looking.
I think kindness in general, when you witness it, when you see it, it just kind of fills you with joy.
Just in the last 2 weeks, sitting home with COVID, Brianna in Atlanta sent me a sick kit. I was totally caught off guard and totally thrilled and experienced so much gratitude with the fact that she thought of me enough to send this kit. It's full of all little goodies to help me feel better.
When I was a teenager, around 16 years old, I decided I wanted to go on a missions trip to Brazil. And in order to do that, I had to raise thousands of dollars. It took people that I knew, friends, family, people at my church, people that maybe didn't even know me, giving me money. It really surprised me how generous people were. And it's something to this day that I have never forgotten.
You know, one of the random acts of kindness that I've experienced and really enjoyed is people reaching out and just including me. There's nothing more important in society than feeling like you're part of something.
Acts of kindness have impacted me in a profound way. It was when another person showed a kindness to me that allowed me to choose healing and continue to work on my own healing journey.
A few years ago, my dog passed away. I had to put it down. I texted one of my good friends and told her about the incident, and she met me in the parking lot with her dog. That put a smile on my face, and it gave me an idea. All the employees at the veterinary clinic, they were so wonderful to Lucas, my dog, and myself, that I went to Starbucks and bought 18 Venti lattes and brought them back. They treated me so well that I couldn't leave without showing my appreciation. It was a tough day. However, I left there knowing I did well.
One of the most simple and basic things that we can do to show kindness to others is just simply to smile. You just see their faces light up. So something that I try to focus on is to make eye contact and to just make a simple smile.
Actually, once I read this article about like how everyone like has so many nice thoughts in their head, but nobody really says them out loud. Since reading that article, like I've just always tried to say my random thoughts out loud. Like if somebody has a really cute shirt or if somebody like said something that I agree with, I really try to like say my compliments to those people so that way I can kind of like bring it out into the world and not just keep it to myself.
You know, I have a best friend that's a caregiver for her brother, and I just, sent her money just randomly and just said, this is for you, no particular purpose. I don't want to thank you. I know that you're doing a lot for your brother. So I just like to take note of what people have going on in their lives and reward them, that way. So
we are avid campers and we like to boondock a lot. So what I try to do is I'll go and pick up trash, even if it's the littlest part of plastic, because even though I don't see the direct impact of maybe somebody else's enjoyment, I still know that it is a responsible thing to do because I know how good it feels to get into that element of nature and feel like you're the only one that's ever been there and to explore something new, and it feels great.
How I express my gratitude or share kindness in my life is by really trying to pay attention to the little details and nuances of conversations that I have every day. What I like to do is think about things that we've talked about and then randomly come back around days or weeks later and do something that helps people to realize that I was really tuned in and really listening to what they were talking about.
I show kindness to others just by treating people how if I want to be treated. Just asking someone if they're okay. And if I have the ability to do that, because others do that for me when I'm in a funk, it's sometimes just simply as that, just doing something that's only going to take a minute or two out of my day to make it a little bit easier for you.
We live in a really challenging world, and working in healthcare is definitely high stress. So anytime you can be empathetic to somebody's, situation, whether it's somebody needing to leave work early to go get their child or somebody not having their lunch and you can order lunch that day, those little things I think make people's world so much easier.
I choose to show up every day with a grateful heart and to bring kindness into all situations and interactions with other people because I know how much of a difference it made in my life when somebody was kind to me. So, we never know what somebody else is going through, and being kind to them could make a difference in their life.